Hey guys, welcome to a transactions video for week 7 of the ASL. So this week, holy crap, like I was talking about this for so long, but yeah, this is when like the transactions are gonna come out because it's what? So it's halfway through the season. So teams are trying to figure out what their team is, what their team lacks, and what they need to pick up. So I think there's been 7 already, and it's only what, Thursday? And I'm gonna make a transaction right after this video too. Or right after like this part, because there's so many after. I think I have to record it in like 2 or 3 sections. So the first section I'll be talking about type null, which was picked up by the intermelodic. Lucario and Kangaskhan picked up by Brad and the Contract Killers, and Snorlax, Leafeon, and Electabuzz picked up by the Nightmare Nidokings and Anaria. So first, I guess I'll talk about type null. So type null is a very, very unique Pokemon. Really, Savali and Type Null in League have some very unique usage. So Type Null, you're going to be using Eviolite. Also, I guess I'll show you who he dropped if I don't remember. Slaking. Yes, Slaking. So Static dropped Slaking for Type Null. He picked up a very bulky tank. So I have been seeing like U-turn on most sets. I really don't know much about this Pokemon. U-turn would probably be what I'd put on it. I guess Thunder Wave, I know that. U-turn, Thunder Wave, or Toxic, I guess. One or the other. I guess all these coverage moves. And his stats aren't that bad. See, base 90, its speed is whatever, right? Base 95s with Eviolite is really good. And, I know he gets one other good move. Trying to remember. Anyways, but you can use it in a lot of ways. You could probably run this like a bulkier and just make it like U-turn, Thunder Wave, or Toxic, depending on what you need it for. And like a coverage move, which would probably be... Actually, you probably wouldn't run coverage. You probably just run damage for return. But it does get coverage, so you get Dragon Claw, Flame Charge, because I believe it gets every TM, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like it. Or something like maybe sub SD with all that bulk. And once it gets an SD up, if you're running Adamant, 317, that's pretty high attack. So sub SD, return, and then how about this for a set? Return. Okay, I don't know why it's like that. Flame Charge. Can you imagine that is such a cool set for Static to try out? Like, this would be a cool set, but otherwise, I think it's gonna be a very, very good pickup for a tier 2 mon. I don't know why I picked up Slaking, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's a fun mon, Slaking, but it's not very good. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the next transaction is 2 transactions actually, a tier 1 and a tier 2 one by Brad and the Contract Killers. Two very, very under the radar pickups that's gonna pay off for his team, I feel. Because if you look at his team, he basically fit all the types he needed. Kangaskhan's a normal type, he dropped a steel type, but then he picked up a fighting and steel type. Steel to cover his steel that he dropped, and a fighting type which he didn't have already. Lucario is not a Z captain, which is a little unfortunate, because I feel Lucario is an amazing Z captain. As for Kangaskhan, I really like... I guess I'll definitely talk about both of them. Without Z move, this can definitely just run Life Orb, and what I like about this mon a lot is that you can run physical or special and really just get away with it. Because, like, it gets SD, and if you're going to SD, you'd run Extreme Speed, probably Iron Tail, probably Close Combat, or Ice Punch. Yeah, basically, I usually use Close Combat, and then Iron Tail / an Elemental Punch based on what you need. Right? Jolly, Adamant, it's up to you. Oh, sorry, and the special set, which is another so basically you have to prep for both sets, which is crazy. I think they run Vacuum Wave on it, and then Flash Cannon again, depending on what you need. You got all the hidden powers. You can even run Calm Mind. That's a possible set. If you're gonna run Calm Mind, you probably run like HP Ice, or you can just run Focus Blast as well. I mean, not HP Ice, but like an hidden power of some sort. And next, so Kangaskhan. This is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 6 NU. I feel it is very underrated. I'm surprised no one picked it up. I don't know why I didn't pick it up, honestly. Like, I picked up Audino with my last pick, honestly. So, Kangaskhan, from Gen 6 NU, I guess I'll talk about what I remember. It ran Silk Scarf, and it ran, like, Scrappy to hit, so Fake Out hits everybody. You run Double Edge slash Return. You run Earthquake for coverage, and you ran Sucker Punch for priority. Now tell me, for a tier 2 mon, if this isn't value with this type of bulk. 95 on attack is like whatever, right? But 80, 80, 105. Normal type is a great type. You can run any move there, to be any ability, or any item there, it doesn't matter. But look, you got priority, you got a very good stab, you got bulk, you got priority and Sucker Punch, and you got something that can hit stuff like Heatran for the Masters team. This Pokemon actually does very well against a Masters team, because I just watched one of his battles and I'm just thinking of him right now. So yeah, I think this is going to be two very good pickups. Two physical attackers. He dropped Kling Clang, which I'm actually really disappointed. Not disappointed, but I really like Kling Clang, and I might actually pick it up. I'm deciding right now, because I do need an offensive steel type. But anyways, let's hop into the next one, which was actually very interesting because it was picked up. It was one of the mons that Brad dropped. So talk about that now. So yeah, Inaria and the Nandor Nido Kings, they make 3 transactions, so I'm going to be talking about these 3 for a very long time right now. So, Snorlax. He picked up right away, and if I'm trying to remember what he dropped it for, off the top of my head, I know he dropped Rotom for one of them. He dropped Tauros for the other, so Rotom and Tauros, and I think he dropped... Don't remember off the top of my head. He dropped Chestnut, okay. So, yeah, Snorlax was definitely one of the best mons available for like, if you could draw, for a tier 1 even, to be honest. It's just so fat. Like, I think we know what it's gonna do. You can run like just a standard like raw attacker, maybe a raw attacker with Toxic, Body Slam, Banded if you want. Banded would run like Return. I can't type today. Return, Earthquake, Crunch, and another like a type coverage move. But honestly, I think its best set would either be a what was that? Bulk Up? No, it's not bulk. Stop? No, what was it again? Curse, right? Curse, Body Slam, Rest. Crunch or Rest Talk if opponent doesn't have a Ghost type. This is disgusting. This is honestly disgusting. You could run Stockpile too. There's no reason you really don't care. In League, oh my goodness, your opponent has to prep for this. I know I had to like hard prep for this. Like my Keldeo wasn't necessarily beating this 1v1. Definitely thick fat. If you're gonna run like a set without Rest, if you are not gonna run Rest, if you want to just run I don't know, Earthquake or something, you can definitely get by with immunity. That's pretty cool actually. You can't be toxic. Put on a timer. But yeah, with Body Slam, Body Slam just pushes it over the edge because it can spread paralysis to stuff. But I'm definitely excited to see how Inaria uses this, because I know he's a very good battler, and this kind of fits up right up his alley, to be honest. Next, he dropped 2 tier 2 mons, so I guess I'll just say he dropped his Rotom from Leafeon. So, Leafeon's a very cool mon. I actually played around with it a lot in Gen 6, because I played around with all the EV forms, seeing if any of them would work. And honestly, out of like the 3 or 4 really bad ones that you'd say, like Leafeon, Flareon, and Glaceon are probably the 3 worst, right? This was probably the best out of all of them. I really liked this sub SD set that I was playing around with. I played around with it in UU actually, and I put in a lot of work. And it was this sub SD Leaf Blade knockoff. Its defense is so good. Like it can set up on a substitute on a lot of stuff. Speed is pretty good too. So in League, you can definitely speed creep. Like this is speed ties with Landorus right here. Like getting up a sub, and then yeah, Leaf. Well, these are all weather dependent, so I don't really think it matters. But like let's say you get up a sub, right? You avoid status, or you just take a hit, and then your opponent goes to his counter. Let's say it's a Landorus. Landorus isn't a great counter, but like let's say he goes to counter, you get a free knockoff, right? And then when you want to go for game, you SD and Leaf Blade with that crit chance. It does a lot because 319 plus 2 knockoff Leaf Blade is gonna be very, very good. And then Inaria also made a transaction for Electabuzz. Now Electivire was already previously picked up. Otherwise, I could definitely see this fitting on his team very well. So if you look at Inaria's team right now, that's not over there. Right here. So Electabuzz is his only electric type because he dropped Rotom. So he's kind of patching up his trades. His tier 2 mons are very good. So is their tier 1's mons as well. He's 2 and 4. I could definitely see him. So what? There's 7 games left. I could see him going 5 and 2 in the last 7 and making a push for that last playoff spot. Definitely can. He's got such a good team, and I don't know about his schedule. I don't really want to check right now, but I'm gonna say that Anar is a sleeper for playoffs. So yeah, those. I guess I'll talk about Electabuzz. Now I recall like way back when. I think season 1, semifinals of the ASL. Electabuzz won the game from him because he ran Eviolite and he tanked a +2 Aqua Jet for the Crawdon, which was freaking hilarious. Now I look back on it, I don't know how I could have expected that, but honestly, this is just like a weaker Electivire that's actually faster, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we'd probably run Timid. This is a great speed tier, by the way. It has static over the motor drive, which is kind of unfortunate because you don't want to be taking a hit at all. So we probably run Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and what? HP Ice. What else does it get? Focus Blast is a coverage move. This is going to be a very interesting mon. I want to see how he plays this as well. So yeah, I guess if I had to grade the best out of these 3 teams right away, I think Brad hit 2 home runs here. I think Static made a very shrewd move picking up type Null, and it's time. And his next few games will determine how this transaction will fare. And Anaria made three transactions. Tier 2 mons. I don't know enough about these 2 to really judge it right now. Snorlax is an amazing mon, definitely. And he dropped Chestnut for it, which Chestnut's a great mon, but Snorlax is just a level higher, honestly, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess we can move on to the next few because there's still more. Okay, so the last transaction of this week was done by Demaster. So he dropped his tier 2 mon, which is Mudsdale, and he picked up Crustle, which I really like this transaction. Mudsdale is the greatest Pokemon in this league, but I don't think Demaster understands how to use it yet. So he dropped it for Crustle, which is a very good utility mon. Sometimes I call it like a very poor man's fortress, like PU fortress. It's got very good defenses. Spadef is on the weaker side, right? But it can take a hit. Its typing is atrocious. C+ at best typing, right? But it does have very cool move sets. So it's got Stealth Rock and Spikes, as you can see here. And then it's got Knockoff as well as Shell Smash. Now I'm saying this because this is going to be one of the most utilized hazard stackers if you can use it well. Because let's say he goes Stealth Rock, right? You get Knockoff, you get Toxic, and you get Rock Blast to break sashes. That's a great set right there. With no attack investment, you can pretty much get all value out of this for rocks. You can also replace, I don't know, this with Spikes if you wanted to. It's up to you. And then also, it gets Weak Armor or Sturdy. Very interesting. Maybe Shell Smash with Weak Armor +4 speed, because you could probably take a hit with White Herb, as long as it's not on the special side, or super effective. And then you could start sweeping. Rock Blast. People won't expect that, I can tell you that much. But yeah, Demaster got a very solid Pokemon. Its speed tier is like whatever, it's bulky anyways. I can compare this to Almaldo, as I actually want to talk because Almaldo was also available. So maybe Demaster knows something about Almaldo that I don't. Personally, I would have taken Almaldo. As you can see, Almaldo is just better in pretty much all the stats but defense. It's just and it gets Rapid Spin with Stealth Rocks, with Rock Blast, with Knockoff, with X Scissor, and it gets Rapid Spin, which is kind of the big one. Oh, yeah, it does get Knockoff. Its ability is a little less, but of course, it's Demaster's choice. The typing is actually the same too, so maybe it knows something I don't. But anyways, that is gonna wrap it up for week 6. I was going to originally combine this with week 7, but there's been none week 7, so I may as well combine that with week 8. Well, there's been one week 7, whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys for the transactions video from week 8.